So hi, happy Friday and welcome. So I think there are two people who are probably joining us for the first time. So I'll just quickly introduce this session. So my name is Taru and I'm from Living Light. So we call this the Friday Study Circle. Here we basically just reflect and share or bring to question or contemplate the things that we have read, like mainly from the lives or the teachings of the masters and the mystics. And these days we are mostly focusing on Sri Aurobindo and the mother, but if there's somebody else that you have read that you would want to reflect together, you're welcome to bring that text. So this is conducted by livinglight.in, and here basically our main aim is, like when we founded Living Light, it's just that a lighter living is possible, a lighter life is possible. And yeah, just give me one second. I Okay. Yes. So yeah, I think that's it. And as usual, for those of us who don't know Chitra ji, Jasmine Colors, he usually starts the Friday Study Circle. And we last week we started reading something on thought by Mother. So I think we can keep the last 20-25 minutes for that, because it's a long document and it might get boring if not boring, but for some people it might not resonate. So I don't want to start the session with that unless we really want to. So maybe we can first just take the sharings or the text that we have got, and then start with the thought document. So Chitraji, you want to unmute and start?
Yeah, I'll just take, because I thought we can continue that same topic today. So I'll just, yeah.
Okay, otherwise you can just share any, like since we had read the document, like one sheet last time, anything that came to you after the session, some new insight, or
Yeah.
you can just share that.
Yes. Actually, I don't know whether I can share from. I will just start, because nowadays I started reading Synthesis of Yoga by Sri Aurobindo. Maybe it is, but it is, what I read is very simple and direct thing. It is a very deep book actually. But yeah, I will read that first, only one para, and then we will go to other sharings also. Yeah, please give me a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, please take your time.
yeah. I'll just read. The supreme Shastra of the integral yoga is the eternal Veda, secret in the heart of every thinking and living being, the lotus of the eternal knowledge and the eternal perfection is a bud, closed and folded up within us. It opens swiftly or gradually, petal by petal, through successive realizations. Once the mind of man begins to turn towards the eternal, once his heart, no longer compressed and confined by attachment to finite appearances, becomes enamored in whatever degree of the infinite. Because only recently I started reading Synthesis of Yoga. I used to read Savitri and all, but Synthesis and Life Divine, very rarely I will turn over the page and read, but now I started systematically. Maybe after all these sessions, no, maybe my mind got prepared to. I felt so, really, really, I'm telling. Yeah. So, yeah. So, this is very meaningful because it is secret in our heart itself, no? That eternal Veda, we need not go and search in books. It is seated in the heart itself. Maybe that which is seated in the heart lead us to read everything from the scriptures and all. only that only pushing us to read everything, and all the masters, saints, maybe, yeah, I felt so. And also it is beautifully explained, petal by petal it will open. Yeah. And also in further he said, maybe in one life or in so many lives. That also gives some sort of encouragement to me, as actually. Yeah. Because nothing is wasted. Even if you put a little effort, yeah, even in this birth, if you go on in the path without leaving it, definitely it will give its fruits and lead you further in other births also. That is my take in this parrot. Thank you.
So Chitraji, would you like to share a bit on this one? All life, all thought,
Hmm.
all energizing of the faculties,
Faculties.
all experiences, passive or active,
Hmm.
become thenceforward so many shocks
Yeah,
which
yeah.
disintegrate the tegument of the soul,
The soul.
like
Yeah,
cracking, as if a cracking of
yeah.
shell is happening, and remove the obstacles to find to the inevitable
Inevitable
effluence.
effluence. Definitely, definitely, yes.
Uh, what would you like
Because
to say?
yeah, yeah, all the experiences. Because I felt for a long time, after once you, I mean, enter into the path, or when you are traveling towards the divine, problems should not come. I felt so. I was very firm in that. But when I started, I mean, facing the problems, very big crisis and all, those doubts arose in me actually. But only recently, maybe after all these sessions, I found, yes, all this word is exactly I feel for me actually. All these problems, now I when I turn back, they really helped me to enter into the path in a very strong way, and more faith. I can say I gained more faith and confidence in the path actually now I understood why those problems came, and it only, I mean, maybe those blows only made me to go more and more into the. I won't say I went more and more into that path even those days, because something in me pushed me in the path. Something in me always pushing me. That I felt always. So really, these lines, they're correct, Monica. Yeah, you pointed out. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you for sharing. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So, when I just kind of felt as you were sharing that this is, I can resonate with it. I can also absolutely resonate with it, because there is a picture, grass is always greener on the other side. So it looks as if, on the spiritual path, all the difficulties go away and you are just this calm, this peaceful person, and things are just all smooth. But this tells us something different. It tells us that all these obstacles, all these shocks are nothing but actually as if divine is chiseling, one by one, with
Yeah.
each shock all that is unnecessary is being chipped away.
Correct.
So this is beautiful. Yeah, thank you for bringing this.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Uh, Anybody else would, I mean, anything they want to share on this?
I was just reading a few minutes back about difficulties in yoga, and it connects to exactly what is being discussed now. I think it will be there on Incarnate Word, Taru. The nature, difficulties in yoga, the nature of your difficulty indicates the nature of the victory you will gain. The victory you will exemplify in yoga. Thus, if there is persistent selfishness, it points to a realization of universality as your most prominent achievement in the future. And when selfishness is there, you have also the power to reverse this very difficulty into its opposite. A victory of utter wideness. When you have something to realize, you will have in you just the characteristic which is the contradiction of that something. Face to face with the defect, the difficulty, you say, oh, I am like that. How awful it is. But you ought to see the truth of the situation. Say to yourself, my difficulty shows me clearly what I have ultimately to represent. To reach the absolute negation of it, the quality at the other pole, this is my mission. Even in ordinary life, we have sometimes the experience of contraries. He who is very timid and has no courage in front of circumstances proves capable of bearing the most. To one who has the aspiration for the divine, the difficulty which is always before him is the door by which he will attain God in his own individual manner. It is in his particular path towards divine realization. There is also the fact that if somebody has 100 difficulties, it means he will have a tremendous realization. Provided, of course, there are in him patience and endurance, and he keeps the aspiring flame of Agni burning against those defects. And remember, says Mother, the grace of the divine is generally proportioned to your difficulties. I found it very much resonating with myself. I used to always question Mother and I used to question the Lord that isn't there some proportion somewhere, some balance, some hisab kitab? And today I found the hisab kitab said by Mother herself. So I'm quite happy. I've had lots of difficulties because I guess that maybe I'll gallop a little better. That's how I resonated. Of course, it's a tough path, but feels good.
So I think let's, yeah, Taru, can you put it up again? Let's, I think there is a lot more. Let's go deeper. Yeah, so when you have, this is where you started from, Jyotsnadi? When you have something to realize, yeah? Or maybe, I think you started from the top, okay. The nature of your difficulty indicates the nature of victory you will gain. Wow. So it's almost like वो एक बार किसी सेशन में बात हो रही थी ना कि ऑपोजिट्स की बात हो रही थी कि जितना नीचे इंसान मैं अपनी बात कर रही हूँ जितना नीचे इंसान गिर सकता है वो उठने की भी ताकत रखता है you know, and this reminds me, actually I can now laugh about it, although I was a day before I was not really able to laugh on it, you know, that I have found myself in drenches, you know, in drains at times. And again, as Jyotsnadi, you were questioning, you know, ki kyun, you know, akhir kyun? And then you also realize that maybe there was something which needed to get corrected, something, some obscurity that demanded attention. And Mother, or I don't know where I read it, that when, for example, you have to put, you know, you have maybe your baby's pants which you want to put in the machine. So if you put the pants like that, they would not really get cleaned up. But if you put out the pockets in which sand is filled up, and for some time you have to bear with the ugliness that is coming up, and then only you put it in the washing machine and then it gets thoroughly cleaned. So I think it feels to me more and more, also through my own experiences and, you know, people who interact, that whenever we are ready for tolerating more pain and, you know, maybe ugliness, I think it's then shown to us. You know, one of the uh, members who is connected with us, she was sharing that her mother-in-law is now going to come to her place after 21 years of staying away from her, she is now going to live with her. And she says that the only fear I have in my life is of my mother-in-law. So I said, maybe you are ready now, to let go or conquer the fear. So this appears very, very, first of all, promising also, because oftentimes we go through so much of challenges that I personally have found myself, I felt myself as if I am a sinner, how could I do that? How could I do that? And I think that was the time where I connected more in compassion with people who are terrorists or criminals, because if I can do that, then they can also do that. Then they also have some hope. It's not that the life is barbad after you have had a phase of crimes or whatever. So this gives us hope. Definitely for me, it's full of hope that the nature of your difficulty indicates the nature of victory you will gain. And for me, the trouble, not only mental and physical, I think for me the trouble has been the vital. And slowly, years ago I did not understand what really vital means, but through all my challenges, I think I've gotten in more touch with all the havoc that vital can cause. Yeah. So please go through once again, maybe take a pause, all of us, and then see if there is something more in this.
And also what Sri Aurobindo explained in that 4 lines, Mother explained beautifully, as if to a child, actually, those how we can face the difficulties. No, he explained only with 4 lines. Very, I mean, these lines again give us a lot of clear-cut ideas about the difficulties. I felt like that. Wonderfully, it coincides, no? What Josna ji read, and yeah.
This question has always hounded me throughout my whatever growth or whatever the walking. And every time I have always felt, why does one suffer such a lot? Or if I see somebody else, I see patients or somebody, and I see God is so innocent. Why is he suffering so much? And I would never get an answer. But today, thanks to these sessions, I start reading an hour prior very intensely. And I open the book at random and I say, now give me answers. And then, it comes like a flash. And these are questions which often, they are like simmering all the time in me, that why does this happen? So quite a few things have been answered today.
Yeah. So let us just go over it again, and because this is so beautiful, I just don't want to miss if there is anything more. So thus, if there is persistent selfishness, wow, each line is so beautiful. Persistent selfishness, it points to a realization of universality. So if I have been acting selfish again and again, then it means that I'm capable of a lot of generosity also, which maybe now I don't know what is the way to walk. Yeah. As your most prominent achievement in future. And when selfishness is there, you have also the power to reverse this very difficulty into its opposite, a victory of utter wideness. Now, this gives us, I think, a beautiful perspective of duality, because we are always, when Kabir talks about duality, he says people are grinded between dualities. Yeah. But this gives us absolutely a different perspective, that if I am in further end of duality, I have also the power to rise above it and go to the other extreme. Absolutely. And again, as I work with kids also, we see that there are children who are very naughty, who have a lot of life energy with them. So it means that these are the children who have a lot of life energy, who are at the moment naughty because they don't know what to do with that energy. this actually can be channelized into them becoming leaders in future, because leaders need these kind of, this vital prana or energy, making things happen. Yeah. So when you have something to realize, you will have in you just the characteristic which is the contradiction of that something. So we start with the darkness as base. I start with selfishness as base. I start with, for example, absolute self-conceit or vanity as a base. But then there is also a hope for me. Yeah. Face to face with the defect, the difficulty, you say, oh, I am like that. So, Sri Aurobindo talks about near to far. So this path of integral yoga is from near to far. I have to first see where I am, and then I tread upon the path. So this is something like that, that I see my ugliness, I see my weakness, how awful it is. I see that I don't really like to be there. But you ought to see the truth of the situation. Say to yourself, my difficulty shows me clearly what I have ultimately to represent to reach the absolute negation of it. The difficulty that I am dealing with right now, absolute negation, something conquering it. The quality at the other pole, this is my mission. I think this is full of hope, especially for those of us who find us when in challenging situations, thinking that, maybe there is no hope for me, I am unworthy and all kind of things. I am unfit for yoga. But this says something absolutely different. Yeah. Even in ordinary life, we have sometimes the experience of contraries. He who is very timid and has no courage in front of circumstances proves capable of bearing the most. Beautiful. I think someday, somebody was sharing, maybe I don't remember which circle, uh, that they were, Acha, Snehi was sharing, I think. So Snehi was sharing that something was happening in their family, and the person who she thought that would not be completely, she had lived a very secluded life, her elder sister, she was the one who took the charge when an emergency situation happened. So we don't know when we are able to use absolutely opposite in ourselves. We don't know. We cannot really, put an image to ourselves. To one who has the aspiration for the divine, the difficulty which is always before him is the door by which he will attain God in his own individual manner. Yeah. It is his particular path towards the divine realization. Yeah, there is, and this is what you resonated with, I think, Jyotsna Diana. There is also the fact somebody has 100 difficulties, it means he will have a tremendous realization. So he has all that strength going through so much of trouble. And I think this is the question put up by people in at large, that why do bad things happen to good people? Because we have our limited view of looking at things, and we see that a person is challenged by one after another accident or disease or illness, but we don't understand that maybe he is able to move forward to that inner strength even with a quicker speed, and that's why blows after blows are given. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, thank you. I think I'm done. Sorry for taking too long on this. Yeah, if there is anything, please, anyone.
So yeah, I had one doubt actually. One is like, we actually endure so much of challenges and pain and go through it, and so you wonder that why, like why me, or why, going through so much. But I also see people who are ignorant and who go through so much, and like, as a witnesser or as a third person, like you want to help them, you want to try to tell them, but they are not ready. And then the other way, they also point out ki, like they like, like this has been a very common experience for me, that generally many people have told me that you are so lucky. So like God also gives itna hi ki jitna tum jhel paoge.
और तो ये उल्टा जो सुनते हैं, जबकि मुझे इतना कुछ कभी नजर भी आता है कि आप ये समझ नहीं रहे हो, आप ये नहीं समझ रहे हो, तो मैं समझा नहीं पाती हूँ, और उनको बस ये लगता है कि यू आर लकी. सो ये भी जो अदर वे राउंड है, आई डोंट नो वेदर challenges, how do you perceive challenges or difficulties? Like, I'm just coming from a perspective where like I have seen the growth, and I've seen like वो आप जैसे बोलते हो ना, like falling on your nose again and again. I have seen like people around me going through that and finally getting it, and but in the first place, like I've tried to like tell them, but I feel like सच में ये difficulties है कि उनका ignorance है. ये मैं थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे थोड़ा मतलब I know there are genuine cases, but there are also cases of ignorance जहाँ पे they feel कि like क्योंकि I can bear so much, God is giving me so much. And as a witnesser, you can see where the gaps are. So can somebody share about that? Like, what is this, a perspective?
So, Shweta, Mother has shared about helping humanity. There is a little booklet I have on this. And उसमें ना आप अगर पढ़ोगे उसको, उसमें एक बात जो मदर किसी को कह रही हैं, उसको अगले पैराग्राफ में काट दिया मदर ने. So we say that truth is not a formula. You cannot apply one formula to everyone. I think that is very clear there. Because it is a beautiful little booklet, I can share it later, not available on PDF, but maybe a little excerpts I can share. So usme mother says that you think that you are helping the poor by feeding him, yeah, but you feed one poor and you see that 10,000 are in the line where you wanted to feed. So you are actually not really resolving the problem. आपको अपनी खुशी के लिए आपको लग रहा है that you are doing a great job. And there mother, in one of the things that you were sharing, that I see that ignorance is there somewhere and things can be done, but something you feel helpless, you can't really help there. So mother says that it is our limited perception that makes us think that the other person needs help. तो नहीं, अब देखो ना, आप अगर किसी को हेल्प देना चाहो और वो बंदा अगर रिसेप्टिव नहीं है, आप अपना दीवार सिर पे मारोगे एंड यू विल बी लहूलुहान, यू विल बी ब्लीडिंग आफ्टर सम टाइम. So mother says that we truly don't know that which experience is necessary for a person in this life. We don't know. Just because it is painful, we think that I need to do something about it. I need to do something about it. Yeah. So if the person is not asking help, the person is not receptive, then we should not be interfering.
My question is different. मैं ये पर्सपेक्टिव से आ रही थी ना कि लाइक ये जो है कि वो हमेशा बोलते हैं कि आप तो बहुत लकी हो, आपको मतलब हम में इतना झेलने की ताकत है तो भगवान हमको इतना दे रहा है और आपको नहीं, मतलब ये जो है. और I always take it in my stride, obviously, मतलब yes, very grateful, but also कि ये मुझे दिखता है कि कि मुझे दिख रहा है कि आप ये समझ नहीं रहे हो, बट मैं आपको बता नहीं पा रही, मैं नहीं बता सकती बिकॉज until and unless somebody is ready you can't tell them. but ऐसे में do you perceive कि difficulties सच में इतने आए हैं उन पर कि उनकी रेडीनेस नहीं है? ये मैं बोल रही हूँ, ये जो कि जितने आप
So let me just put it again if we have understood it correctly. So you are sharing that if you talk to someone and they also have problems, you have been through problems, but you have come out well, you have learned through those problems, and they feel that you have good luck maybe, but maybe we don't have good luck. Is that what you are?
I don't talk about it, so वो उनको लग रहा है कि कुछ है ही नहीं, मतलब लाइक. और तो ये जो है कि इतना जो डिफिकल्टीज लग रहा है, तो वो सच में मतलब इफ आई थिंक फ्रॉम माय पर्सपेक्टिव, तो मुझे समझ आ रहा है कि अरे आप यहाँ पे ये नहीं समझ रहे हो, बट मैं बता नहीं सकती, ऑब्वियसली एवरीबडी हैज देयर ओन जर्नी, बट वो ऑल द टाइम जो सोच रहे हैं ना कि हम पे इतना तकलीफ आ रहा है, तकलीफ आ रहा है, तकलीफ आ रहा है, क्योंकि हम झेल पा रहे हैं, यू नो, लाइक आई हैव रिसीव्ड दिस कमेंट्स अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम कि यू नो भगवान भी लाइक यू नो आप तो इतने ऐसे हो तो आपको नहीं मिलता है, लेकिन हमको ज्यादा, तो ये मैं देखती हूँ, इट्स जस्ट बिकॉज दिस केम एंड इवन मदर हैज रिटन अबाउट इट, तो नो, तो दैट माइट बी लाइक सच में वो तकलीफ होगा, सो आई एम ट्राइंग टू रियली अंडरस्टैंड इट वेरी जेन्युइनली, बिकॉज मैंने ऐसे परसीव किया है कि इनको समझ नहीं आ रहा, सो मे बी आई एम रॉन्ग, आई वॉन्ट टू नो दैट ऑल्सो.
You are asking how to make the people understand?
No,
No.
It's
I would like to say one thing.
हाँ जी.
It's maybe their perception could be just at a surface level of what they objectively see. The most of the people just view things at a surface perception. Oh, this is so easy for you. Everything is just tailor-made. But they lack the inner strength or perception or depth to go deep within and see or question why it happened. You know, like they always say, nazariya chahiye tabhi dikhega. You know, you should have that kind of a vision, then only you will see. So maybe you have also got your own story and all your difficulties, but they lack the perception to see it. And so you appear easy. It is very relative. And in human life, generally, what we see is not what it is.
Right.
You don't know what is going on actually behind. And as you go more and more towards people who are more ignorant or involved in more in the vital, they lack the depth to try to look beyond because they don't want to look beyond. And we can't make them aware. It has to come from.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that makes sense. Because see, these are loved ones, and you know, you've been praying and praying and praying for them कि भाई तो अभी पता चल रहा है कि when the student is ready, the teacher appears. So finally they get it. So you know, I'm coming from that perspective. जबकि मुझे पता था ये difficulties नहीं आप समझ नहीं रहे हो for 10 years or you know 15 years. But वो अब वो like every time falling अब जाके समझ रहे, तो वो रिलेटिव में बोल रही हूँ मोनिका कि मेरे हिसाब से वो डिफिकल्टीज नहीं थे, बट उनके हिसाब से वो बहुत भारी भरकम डिफिकल्टीज थे. तो दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट टू नो कि इज डिफिकल्टीज आल्सो अ पर्सपेक्टिव, मतलब challenges are also a perspective then, no? It's very relative then, no? Right? Why? So that clarity even I got now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
ये तो काफी, देखो मुझे लग रहा है कि ये तो होता ही है ना. देखो आप, सेम चीज मेरे साथ भी हो सकती है, सेम चीज किसी और के साथ हुई. जो आप कह रहे हो कि मैं किस तरीके से ले ली हूँ, कोई और बंदा कैसे ले रहा है. मैं ये बोल सकती हूँ हाय मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, हाय मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, और 4 साल मैंने यही बोलते बोलते निकाल दिए. और दूसरे बंदे ने क्या किया, उसको यूज करके, जो आप बता रहे थे कि डिफिकल्टी को यूज करके ही पेव्ड हिज पाथ एंड कॉन्कर्ड एंड मूव्ड ऑन. So I think absolutely there is something about this attitude. Mother has talked a lot about right attitude, in on the path. Mother has in sunlit path also there are little passages on right attitude. So if we take, for example, all the difficulties, when mother says all life is yoga, it means all the difficulties are nothing but a raw material on the path. So एक वो तरीका है लेने का, और एक दूसरा तरीका है कि जब हम नहीं पता होता है हमें कि क्या योगा और क्या भगवान, हमें लगता है कि हाय मेरे सर ही क्यों आई, कोई गंदे कर्म करे होंगे कि मेरे ऊपर आया ये. So that is another way, and it can happen in a frame of one lifetime, that earlier I used to think one way, which is कि मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, and through experiences I have changed, and now I know that they came for a reason and I need to learn through them. So I think that absolutely dependent on the attitude we take it, and the attitude also ripens, the attitude grows. No one is born with a perfect attitude. I think it's not hereditary. There may be things which are hereditary, but we have to learn and I think grow with the right attitude. Yeah.
You're on mute, Shweta.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No. So I just wanted to know about difficulties because yes, there is like so much that is like really there, and people suffer so much, and there are like people who are ignorant and suffer, and so that is what I wanted to know. Like, तो वो ignorant मुझे लग रहा है कि वो भी उनके हिसाब से those are genuine difficulties only ना, so I am judging it wrong maybe then it's their journey.
देखो सफरिंग तो सिर्फ इग्नोरेंस की वजह से ही है ना. तो अगर मैं इफ आई थिंक दैट आई एम फार अहेड ऑन द पाथ एंड आई एम स्टिल अंडरगोइंग sufferings of another sort, there is ignorance. And as long as we have the human body, some or the other drop of ignorance is going to remain. That is the matter that we have, it is so dark and unconscious that we, in Savitri, one of the lines, limitless bound in a limited body, so I may want to fly but I can't fly because this body does not make me fly. So I think if I am talking about others that they are going through suffering and it is one kind of ignorance, absolutely. I also see that when I undergo a little challenge, that is also ignorance and nothing different. Yeah.
Yes. So नहीं बस वही because if you go through that text, क्या आप वो text share करोगे? I'll tell you why I was confused. हाँ, यहाँ पर जो ये आ रहा है ना कि thus if there is persistent selfishness, it points to a realization of universality as your most prominent achievements in the future. So this made me feel good. मतलब अगर मैंने किसी में देखा है कि persistent selfish, तो मतलब उनका potential to achieve it is like understand it and feel it is even more. I mean ये मैं समझना चाहती थी. एक और जगह पर है like see I would put myself like just to say he who is very timid and has no courage in front of circumstances proves capable of bearing the most. Okay, I put myself in that bracket for this particular thing. But ये जो है ना कि to one who has the aspiration of the divine, the difficulty which is always before him is the door by which he will attain God in his own individual manner. It is his particular path towards the divine realization. Okay, iske baad ka, sorry, like I wanted to understand that. There is also the fact that if somebody has 100 difficulties, it means he will have a tremendous realization, provided, of course, there are in him patience and endurance, and he keeps the aspiration flame of Agni burning against those defects. So ये है ना, मतलब अगर आपको 100 दिक्कतें आई हैं तो आपके रियलाइजेशंस भी उतने पोटेंट रहेंगे. ये मैं समझना चाहती थी. तो मतलब वो पर्सन के हिसाब से है. लाइक सी इफ आई नो समबडी हु इज फॉलन लाइक 100 times, I'm like I'm talking about my sibling. Okay, so 100 times on his face. But अब जाके अगर समझ आ रहा है जो मैं इतने सालों से समझा रही थी, तो ये मैं जानना चाहती हूँ कि अभी क्या वो उतनी ही ट्रेमेंडस रियलाइजेशंस जो मुझे लग रहा है अभी शुरुआत हुई है वो उतना पोटेंट होगा? That is what I'm like very greedily wanting to know.
I think, here, as mother says, every individual has unique unfolding of life and we cannot premonition नहीं कर सकते उसकी के साथ. So yeah, we can't actually say anything about that. Because attitude also changes, है ना. तो हो सकता है मैंने 10 साल बहुत अच्छा एटीट्यूड रखा, but somehow I now fell on my nose and I cannot maintain the same attitude. So things will change. There is free will at each moment. So our life is like a flow chart. आप सोचो कि एक मोमेंट में अगर मैं अपने किसी, if I am doing a session or interaction, और अगर मैं उस मोमेंट में मेरे पास फ्री विल है, do I offer it to the mother or do I do it for the ego? So things change. The moment I take this path, things new crop up. The moment I take this path, new unfolding. So this is the thing, that there is a free will. It's so dynamic that anything can happen, and yet there are things which we cannot change. So a very, you know, kind of a hidden balance of these things that जिसको हम कहते हैं कि तुम्हारी कुंडली में लिखा है, you know, so those are things which are maybe you can't escape them, but the attitude towards them maybe you can change that, you know. So बहुत ही मतलब मत जाओ उधर मत जाओ. Yeah.
सबकी अपनी journey है, no, because
we can-
that, you know, directly came as,
I think we can
you know,
just pray. We can just pray that may the person be granted with more and more strength and, you know, more light, divine light.
Yes,
Yeah.
thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, so anyone wants to share anything new that is there? Nandini, Badalji, or a few new ones have joined today. Anyone who wants to share? That you wanted to put up that thought thing. You want to do that now?
Yeah, I thought there were so many people today. Maybe we can skip it if there's anybody who wants to share. So I think Captain usually has something to share. Captain, would you like to go next?
Good evening, everybody. This was like Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, that if you have decided to move in a particular direction, if you take one steps, so God will come 10 steps. So that means if you are moving in a particular direction, so like we are saying that it is directly proportional to the type of difficulties what we have. So similarly, the difficulties will start vanishing. Say suppose there are 100 difficulties, that grace will come maybe one by one or one at a time. He says that the darkness in a room, the darkness was present for thousands of years, but you just light the lamp and it goes in a fraction of a second. So the difficulties which we are facing our day-to-day life or moving in a particular direction, so the difficulty is a matter of understanding because of our ignorance. So we keep on suffering. Actually, we don't find uh, the way out. We feel that we have been put into that corner and we have to suffer. Other than that, there is no other go. So this sort of misconception is troubling us every time. But if we take the positive step and move towards the self-realization, then probably these sort of difficulties will get reduced. So, Ramakrishna Paramahansa used to give the discourse depending upon the understanding of the person. So, if somebody is has not read any books or something, he will be giving some example. And if there is a learned person, so then he separately. So he used to use this term: you take one step, and God will come 10 steps ahead. So we'll be closer to God, the realization. So that's all. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Captain. That was really beautiful, especially at this point where we have been discussing difficulties, and challenges for us and the others. We are so big for ourselves, right? Like my whole world is just me. I had a headache this morning. I had a toothache yesterday evening. I had a heartache day before yesterday. We forget the divine, right? Like here also, whenever we hear about difficulties or challenges, we don't even, it's a slow realization that the divine is also there, right? Like that faith. So this pointer at this time that you are taking one and he's taking, like 100, not even 10. And we feel that, right? Like, and I think it's a very popular Christian parable in which they say that somebody is walking on the sand and when he looks back, he sees that, when in the most difficult times, there are just two set of footsteps, one set, sorry, and usually there are two. So God was walking besides him, But when it was difficult, he felt God left him. So when he asked God, he said, my child, I was carrying you during those difficult times, but we don't see that, right? Like, or I would say honestly that maybe we see that when he's carrying us, he lets us down, not lets us down. We think it's all us, right? We forget that, you know, yesterday I heard a very beautiful song. It said that ये मेरी अर्जी है कि मैं वो बन जाऊं जो तेरी मर्जी है. Like, it's my most beautiful aspiration that I should become what you want me to become. And that's all I want. So it's his game. We are being played. We are crying, 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 that we are being played. And my God, like, it's just unbelievable. I don't know, the forces at work, and yet I get stuck in me again and again. And Shweta, what you were asking, one thing came to me, like, about perception and challenges. That is definitely, there. It's like, say if you throw a stone in a glass of water, right? Like you will see that all the time, right? Anybody who would look at the glass, and the glass itself would say, there's stone at me, it changed my levels, and there was the sound. And if you throw that stone in a well, you will hear the whoosh, sound all the way that it gets dropped, and maybe when it hits, and then it'll stop. If you throw the stone in the river, it would create those ripples, and you will see, and then water just flows and you are through and you don't hear the sound anymore. And if you throw that same stone or maybe a mountain in the ocean, it would be that it never fell, nothing fell. So if the same level of challenges affect 10 people, their reactions are different. And it's just like, I think, going to the other, sometimes for me, when I go to the other, it's painful for me because I feel there's so much work to be done on me, right? Then how dare, like, why? And how dare I go to the other? Like, am I kind of living at my best potential? And yet there is something in me that wants to go there, in the pretext of help, in the pretext of caring. And I don't know, it doesn't do much, right? Like, unless the person himself, herself is ready, they come to you, they're receptive, and you are sharing from your own experience, I think it has a potential. But otherwise, it's just, I'm just being occupied. It becomes like an entertainment. If I talk about just myself, okay, let me, okay, today I'll think about my nephew. What's wrong with him? Why is he doing this kind of a thing? And all this while, just, life is passing me by. So many a times when I see myself going to the other, firstly they say there's no other, but the way we live, there are others, there's me. And everyone, I don't know, Ramdas, Mother, you name it, everybody says that the only thing, the best thing that you can do for yourself and the other is work on yourself, right? And for them to work on themselves. So I think anytime the mind starts going there, if we can, whenever we can catch it, just ask ourselves that who in me wants to know, who in me wants to go and take the rasa out of that thing as well. So it's really beautiful how the kind of games go.
And also, I think one more thing that Swati said the other day, like have faith. So because you see the ball rolling now, and you're like, as an elder sibling, you're like, okay, I hope it works. Like now, like it should not backfire. So like you see the realizations, and you wish that okay, bountiful, you should get. So I think that only faith can. You should have the faith. I think that's the key word. I think, yeah.
Now that even reminds me, there was a poem, I think, Monica, that you had written for your dad, I think 2 or 3 years back. And in that, I mean, you'll remember it more, but it's something, on his birthday, she had written a poem that what should I wish for you? Because if I just wish the beauty and, the glows, you would not, it would not be a justice. You would not reach your full potential. But if I wish difficulties, it would be odd kind of a thing. So I don't remember the exact one, but it was really beautiful that what really is it that I want for my loved ones, right? Do I always want them to be just, cushioned and comfortable and healthy and just with a smile on their face? Or I actually also want them, really want them to progress, right? And in progress, you yourself most beautifully had said that I pray, I pray, I pray. And that's the only thing I think that is worth doing if you actually, care about somebody, because everybody has their journey. I had mine, everybody has their own. And obviously, have made so many mistakes, so many stepping stones, not really mistakes, right, to reach where you are. And there are so many yet to be made. So, yet, and we think we know what the other is going through. We are so sure of it. And we are completely off most of the time, right? Because you have to be in their shoes, and from like how we are so stuck with our images. So it's just like amazing how all this is, and again how it traps you into others as well all the time. Yeah, we are not able to carry our own weight most of the time. We feel that, and yet we want the weight of so many, thereby ignoring us in the process. And so it's just very intriguing how this system works. Yeah, sorry, that was really wrong, long from my.
I think, yeah, we all have to remind ourselves that whatever is best will only come, in whichever form or way or challenges, but it will, whatever will shine us and, uh, make us shine. Yeah, that those experiences only we'll call for. So to have faith when you are, thinking about your loved ones, that it's okay, you know, it's for
And
their good.
the selfishness part also, that was there in the last text. I mean, how selfishness is considered wrong, right? Like it's considered so selfish to be selfish that you don't care about anybody, do you? You are all that matters to you. When you're on this path, this gets thrown at you so often. And it's so amazing how you start taking it in your stride. Like if somebody calls me selfish now, I take it as a compliment, and might, but the usual tendency that I have lived with is like, call me everything, but don't call me selfish. I do so much, I do this, like so much of me gets questioned. And yet it's like, what could be more beautiful, right? Like I put myself, I don't know, because I think I will be answerable for myself. It's me who has to work for my journey. So like, yeah, so it's beautiful that we
Yeah.
can be selfish.
Yeah, and totally. You also get it, time to time, you also understand how much, your ignorance in a relative way has, helped you to realize similar things. Like, I get it, like, ekdam time to time, those, slaps. Divine slaps, you can say. Okay, understand, like, this is again where, you thought that you are the larger one, but see there, like, you forgot to see this, you forgot to see that. Yeah, so wo to hai, it's a journey and you understand it, you're grateful for that. But that text that we were reading, it just came out as, like, sheer need to know more. Like, does this work, like, does this really work? So thanks.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of study circles, right? Like we can't study, like read everything, and yet what the other brings, it adds so much to us. So we are almost at the end. Is Nandini, do you have anything to share today? Anything that you have read? You've come after a long time, no? Okay.
I came last week, right? It was just the three or four of
Acha,
us.
yeah, you're
No?
probably yeah. You
Yeah,
had switched
I
your
haven't.
camera on really late. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so Monica, we just have 6 minutes. Should I put up thought, or would you do you want to just?
क्या टाइम कर रखा है क्या आपने?
नहीं, usually 1 hour का है ना, तो I'm just saying 6 minutes में सामने actually I just saw. So do we have time to put that, or should we like Josna ji, you have unmuted. Anything you want to share?
Monica jumps the bandwagon sometimes on time.
Yeah.
So you
So
can.
one thing, when you were sharing, it came to me that I may think of myself as a super, all of us have images about ourselves, whether we want to agree or not. But how true understanding, my true understanding, I believe, would be reflected in my relationships. You know, and Mother and Sri Aurobindo have said that this is where we have to do yoga. So if I am into myself, self-absorbed, and everything is great, and my relationships suck, I think that is where I have to look, because being in my own self, I am absolutely fine. Today I was talking to a friend, and he said that he said, when I am into myself, I am reading literature and I am, ध्यान लगा के बैठा हूँ, सब कुछ बहुत सुंदर रहता है. But जैसे ही मैं समाज में आता हूँ, जैसे ही मैं अपने फैमिली के साथ या लोगों के साथ इंटरेक्ट करता हूँ, भसड़ मच जाती है. So and we were discussing this only, that this is my test, this is my Kurukshetra. Otherwise, how would I know that all that I have studied or think that I have realized through literature or talks, discourses, or my meditations, that is absolutely nothing if my relationships are not harmonious, if I cannot have a work harmony, if I suck at making kind of a understanding between people, at either at family or at workplace, then of what use is my self absorption, of self realization? So I think for me, again, this could be maybe just my personal idea about it, that I feel that if I am really growing in my kindness towards myself and others, compassion towards myself and others, judgment about towards myself and others, then it is sure that it will be reflected in my day-to-day activities. And if it is not reflected, then that is my place of work. There I have to work. So along with the thing that you were talking of, the selfishness, self-absorption, absolutely, we have to be absolutely selfish about peace. But then I also have to see that how am I bringing that peace into my relationships? Because if a person says something and I am just lit up, then what about the peace? And so this brings me again and again, first of all, to the ground, that there is so much to do in my personal sphere, that all my relationships are not, I cannot call them harmonious. There are friction there, there are things which are to be deeply understood. And as Krishnamurti also shared, a relationship is to be understood. So why we have relationships in human lives? Because they are so complex. At times we may be very sorted in ourselves, but our relationships are complex. You also have to deal with the other person in a relationship. And Mother says that there is no other. So if there is no other, why is there friction? So there is so much to be understood through a relationship. And I think personally for me, because I did not have a childhood where I had to go through many relationships, I had a very secluded childhood. So now in adult life, I think I am just touching upon the surface of what relationships are, and what about the harmony in relationships, and how can we work upon them in order to make them more harmonious, more beautiful, giving others space, giving myself space, yet not becoming dry or indifferent. So it's such a balance that I have not found it yet for myself, and it's a place of work, definitely. Yeah. So just wanted to share. And the thing on thought that you were sharing, I don't know what is there in that document. So Mother shares that in case you want to make your mind run and run, and there were abhi kuch samay pehle hi mera dimag bahut zyada, it was distressed with something, and it was running. And how I made peace with it, thankfully I got that book with myself, and I started to read it and implement it, and it really helped me to pull me out of that dungeon of thoughts when you go, and loop and loop and loop and going on, and you don't know where you go. So Mother says that if you want to run your thoughts in directions, your mind is not silent, you are running. Okay, run it in this direction. Say to yourself, the universe is guiding, the Mother is with me, and the other person and I am guided. We will be guided to a greater harmony. And I can tell you for myself that in that phase, to bring me out of that pull of darkness, it really worked out wonders for me. And that's where I had that session of power of imagination or power of thought on Saturday, where I shared what I had been experimenting. So this is also one thing when we are stuck with worries, which we can use, again coming from Mother's words. Yeah. So yeah, thank you.
Can I have a book? So can I share one paragraph? Do we have time?
Time has us.
So this is Growing Up with Mother by Tara Johar. So, तो उसमें से I just read, which I was reading in the afternoon, and अभी जो बात कर रहे हैं somehow it correlates. So I thought I'll just read. So it says these are like small notes. Okay, so this is one of the note. This is dated 26th December 1971. This is by mother. She says human beings could be classified under 4 principal categories according to the attitude they take in life. The first one, those who live for themselves. They consider everything in relation to themselves and act accordingly. The vast majority of men are like this. I think here by men she means humans. Human, like I think it's a collective thing. Yeah. Second, those who give their love to another human being and live for him. As for the result, everything naturally depends on the person one chooses to love. That is the second category. Third, those who consecrate their life to the service of humanity through some activity done not for personal satisfaction but truly to be useful to others without calculation and without expecting any personal gain from their work. This is the third classification. Fourth is those who give themselves entirely to the divine and live only for him and through him. This implies making the effort needed to find the divine, to be conscious of his will, and to work exclusively to serve him. In the first 3 categories, one is naturally subject to ordinary law of suffering, disappointment, and sorrow. It is only in the last category, if one has chosen it in all sincerity and pursued it with an unfailing patience, that one finds the certitude of total fulfillment and constant luminous peace. Blessings. So this was like something that we were talking about also somehow. Like I read it in the afternoon, and the way the discussion also went, I think it went in that direction. So I thought I'll share.
It seems like we grow in degrees. We start with a selfish, egoistic work, and then we realize that it's there are blocks, stumbling blocks on the way. Our own ego comes on the way, and then slowly greater and greater consecration happens. If that is meant for us. Yeah. Beautiful.
I think it's an individual journey. I think
Yeah.
all of
Absolutely.
us would have it different.
Absolutely.
And I think also back and forth with that individual journey experiences, and also like back and forth. I think, yeah, whatever is needed for us to evolve, I think it goes that way.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta. You said it at a very nice point, exactly when we were delving into, like what is selfish, what is not, and it's so amazing that there's no right or wrong, right? Especially when you're evolving. And like you said, there is a lot of back and forth because, like, Monica was sharing the relationship example. For someone taking the time out or off, be the best thing for them, kind of a thing. So it's like really depends on everything, depends on, everybody's journey. But a lot of times we stand at a point and see what's just true for us, right? Like if I am here, why is the other person, kind of not seeing it or going through? So it's a very humbling experience to see that again, there's no right and wrong. There are U-turns and lefts and rights, and so whatever feels right for one in their journey, like, or whatever, like, by grace. So yeah. So yeah, Monica, I don't know about the time. You please take it from here. It's 8:04.
Yeah, so what about it? So I don't know if you want to share that thought thing, or maybe we do it next.
That's too long. Like, yeah, it's a long document. Yeah.
Achha. ठीक है. Yeah. Yeah, so we can also call it a day here. I don't know. I am happy to go forward. But if I think this is also enough, to chew upon, to ruminate upon, and
Why
ज़्यादा-
don't Chitra ji read a little bit of the thought thing, because it's so huge that it will never get done. So
Oh,
let's read it bit by bit.
ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है.
You know, little bit, Chitra ji, she was prepared for today.
No problem. Yeah. If you have time, I will read only one paragraph. That last time we left it with each one should find his own way by success. That is one, no? Actually, last time each one should find his own way by successive trial and error. However, one thing can be recommended to everyone: reflection, that is to say, concentration, self-observation in solitude and silence, a close and strict analysis of the multitude of insignificant little thoughts which constantly assail us. I think with that we have left last time. Correct?
Yes, Chitra ji.
Okay. So
Yes.
next para I will read, or what?
Okay, I don't know.
Monica, you can't see the screen?
So नहीं, जो अभी चित्रा जी ने पढ़ा, I can't see that.
हाँ, ये जो highlighted है ना, हाँ, वो था. अब
I
next
have a book, but
Okay.
yeah, ephemeral. Yeah, I will see.
he just read this
I
part. However,
Acha,
say
acha.
assail us, and now
Okay.
it's the next one.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, next para. During the few moments you devote each day to this preliminary exercise of meditation. The next point is avoid, if possible, the complacent contemplation of your sensations, your feelings, your
Where is that
states of-
paragraph? Sorry. I'm sorry, that paragraph is not showing up here. Where is it?
It's not showing up in the screen. I have the book actually.
Okay. Fine,
Yeah.
fine.
No, I can see it. I don't know if I'm sharing it wrong. You don't see the screen?
चलो थोड़ा ऊपर कर दो. नहीं, स्क्रीन दिख रही है, थोड़ा वो वाला पैराग्राफ ऊपर की तरफ कर दो.
Can you see it now?
हाँ, आप दिख रहा है.
Yes.
हाँ, आप दिख रहा है. During the few moment you do ये
Yeah.
है ना? हाँ.
Yeah. During the few months, it is connected with the previous paragraph actually. Each one should find his own way by successive trial and error. However, one thing can be recommended to everyone: reflection. With this reflection, we ended last time. You remember? We discussed
Yes.
about the reflection. That is to say, concentration, self-observation in solitude and silence. A close and strict analysis of the multitude of insignificant little thoughts which constantly assail us. Actually, I tried this reflection after that session. No, I sat and analyzed all the thoughts actually. I don't know. During the few moments you devote each day to this preliminary exercise of meditation, avoid, if possible, the complacent contemplation of your sensation. Yeah, this one, actually, I experienced this because I then I saw the meaning of that complacent. It is pleased with themselves. Actually, we used to give excuses, no, because of this thought came, because of this thought came. So it can't be avoided. In that sense, I actually traveled in that sense, but mother said, don't give that, excuse to yourselves. That is the meaning, no, for this, Taru Monica. Complacent contemplation of your sensations.
It's like, how mother says, right next to it's a self-indulgence part. Somehow we, again, it's different personalities and different times, but I usually let go of my mistakes really fast, right? Like it's, like in Hindi, they say, "Saw khoon maaf." Like, for myself, I can say, okay, I killed 100 people, but it's okay. I didn't know what I was doing, kind of a thing. So here she's saying that,
pleasing,
very self-indulgent. So if we avoid that, okay, fine. So so then
always that excuse we used to give for ourselves, no, for everything.
I mean, for me, I related this to, in the sunlit part, there's this thing that reason should be the master of the house. So how in that one, mother says that you should always keep reason above. It's like till the psychic beings take over,
Correct.
the vital, the instincts, we can go like read it next time. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
There is one more thing here. So mother says that keep reason. Reason is there to moderate the feelings. That is what mother shares. That our emotions are very unruly, and that is where if you act through reason, then you can moderate the emotions. But at the same time, there is also a catch here. Mother says that emotions are so strong that reason can be manipulated by emotions, and you would actually see that. So mother says that this is a catch-22 situation. She says that although it is very true that reasonable people are very well balanced and they can go very far in worldly things, but the thing is that when emotions come, reasonable people would, what they will do, they will not get to know actually. Reason will come and help the emotion, because emotions are so unruly. The power of emotions is so strong that I will give a reason that yes, why I should buy it. So for this, I'll just share a short example, a beautiful example. So I was reading in a book, and imagine that I go to buy a dress. Okay, now I have a little money. Now reason says that, okay, I have to buy computer the next month. So let me save for the computer. But emotions are liking that dress. I want that dress. So reason come into picture again, and they say, but there is a marriage that is going to happen after 3 months, and anyway I would need the dress. So this is reason helping the emotions in order to get its way through. And then mother shares the psychic being coming into front. She says that imagine that when I'm buying the dress, there is a person who comes and who needs the dress better than me, and then I say, okay, reason comes again into the picture. It says that if I buy the dress to this for this person, then I will not have the money to buy the computer 3 months later. But then mother say, in that book it said that which is the greater happiness? If I buy things for myself, either the computer or the dress, which is the greater happiness, this one, or whether I let go of the computer and dress for this time and buy the dress, so that when I relax in my bed at the night time, I'm very relaxed and it gives me mental peace. So this is the voice of the psychic. So this game between reason and emotions, mother says that it appears that it is very clear, but even emotions can actually abuse the reason, which I may think that it is working very well. So yeah, there is a darkness here also which has to be seen.
We'll go
So
further, or
where
we'll
is
take-
this, Chitraji? Where
it
this
is
particular?
actually I read from that words of long ago. She's bringing it from that incarnate word, no?
Okay. So what is the topic on this? As in, what is the heading?
I think words of long. Taru, you know what
Yeah,
is
I'll
the heading?
share it on the group if you want.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Taru. Yeah.
This is very beautiful, actually. Yeah. We'll go further, or what?
Next week, Chitraji.
Yeah, we'll continue. Yes, next week
Yeah.
we'll. No problem.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. We'll be ending the Friday study circle here and hope to see all of you next week as well. Thank you for your sharings. Thank you.
Thanks, Taru. Thanks, Monica.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.